storm hit, the first hint emergency crews had that a tornado had hit Portland were the calls to 911. And much of that information vital to Portland residents came by way of computers, tablets, or mobile devices. And much of that information was coming straight from the people handling the calls for help. And 24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live right now in Portland with that part of our team coverage tonight. Joe?
Yeah, Sue, as you can see, they have a very, very long cleanup period. We're still in front of the Goodwill here on Grand River. You can see it's still a mess. A lot of work to do. You hear the hammers throughout the town, the saws, and that sort of thing right now. As you said, you know, a lot of us here in the news business, we use these to get out the information, vital information to you, tablets, mobile devices. But many here in Portland yesterday, when they needed it most, were getting their information through the same way, but from a less likely source. This is the way most of us think of 911.
Ionia County 911, where's your emergency?
We're at Goodwill in Portland, and the store fully got destroyed in there.
But while Ionia County dispatchers were dealing with the monumental task of getting help to the people who needed it Monday afternoon, a few extra keystrokes put out some very important information on the 911 Center's Facebook page.
It came to life for us a couple of years ago during spring floods, where we started posting road closures real time.
And the dispatch center's use of the social media platform took off from there. Ionia County 911 Director Jim Valentine says the messages are sent only when dispatchers have the time. Their main job is still handling the phones and sending out calls. But those few moments can also cut down on calls, like Monday night when the tornado sirens in Portland were sounded. The dispatcher took to Facebook to explain why.
It was err on the side of caution. Our folks know they're going to be inundated with calls, and the Facebook post can reduce a lot of that.
Now, you may think other dispatch centers are using social media, and some are, but Valentine says many others are hesitant to give dispatchers the freedom they have in Ionia County. They're worried about employee misuse of the page. But the way Valentine sees it, his dispatchers are hired to handle critical, sometimes life and death situations. They ought to be trusted to handle a Facebook post.
And they recognize the value of the Facebook page, and that's part of their job, and they take value in that.
Go wherever you want to follow.
Probably there and there.
That's fine, I'll follow.
Back here live in Portland along Grand River, and I want to set the scene along Grand River yesterday where we were at. The only difference here is the rescue crews are gone. Obviously, they know everybody's safe. Now the cleanup effort begins. Take a look across the street at this building, the tarp on it. You can see all probably insurance people trying to figure out just what it's going to take, what it's going to cost to make all of this. That's actually a real estate office, we believe, right there. And then on down Grand River, you can still see all the trees, and that is going to be a major cleanup too on the part of the city, because they have to come in and get all these trees off the side of the road. Fortunately, they've cleared out the road. Grand River opening earlier today, actually I believe it was last night. But take again a good look at the Goodwill, and we're closer to it today than we were yesterday. But take a look at this building. I mean, it tore the roof, the whole front right off. And that's just a F1 tornado, just 100-mile-an-hour wind. So you can imagine if this had been a worse tornado, a heavier tornado. Just take a look at the destruction. It's just amazing how that all came off. And again, this is about as close as we've been able to get to this building since the storm hit yesterday. So it just gives you a good sense of the magnitude of this storm, the magnitude of the cleanup effort. Now, we understand they're still working on some of the other buildings here. And again, across the street, you can see that one's covered with tarp. Still plenty of cars over here. They're working on the Rite Aid. We understand they're trying to get that open again. Of course, pharmacy essential to any community. But again, you still get an idea of the magnitude of this storm and the damage it caused and the effort to pull together. And throughout the hour, we're going to talk about some of the efforts here in this small town to get together to try to get everything ready, try to get all the neighbors the help they need, get the thing cleaned up, and try to get back to some sense of normalcy. Back to you.